Yo, what's going on, guys? Clutch here, back with a video for the first time in I think about 3-4 months. I think FIFA wise it could be even longer. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a 4-4-2 tactics for FIFA 22. I wasn't sure if this was too early. This is just a new account. Like, I haven't really played on this one, but my other account I have. But yeah, so I wasn't sure if I should upload this in case it was too early. So I put a poll out on my Twitter. I was like, do you want me to show you what I'm using? Maybe just to kind of give you guys a bit of indicator where you're thinking about going with this game. I feel like I understand the meta pretty well, and I understand what works and what doesn't. But obviously, if this doesn't work for you, it's not going to work for everyone. Not everyone plays the way I do. So yeah, I'm just purely relaying my information. But yeah, listen, I appreciate anyone that watches the video. Haven't uploaded in a long time, but I promise you, we're going to be back. Alright, for FIFA 22, we're going to have tactics videos, how to attack, how to defend, all that kind of stuff. We're going to make sure you guys are as equipped as possible to win as many games as possible. Right, so yeah, thank you again, and let's get into the tactics. So this is literally just, it's only the one tactic that I use in game. I haven't done a full setup yet because, like I said, this is so early into the game. We're still so new, and I feel like it's just I don't know everything yet, but people are asking what I was using, so I'm gonna give it to you guys. Now, defensive style, I still have it on balanced. In different formations, I will change it up, but for 4-4-2, I just feel like anything else, it doesn't feel right. It just feels like a lot of players get dragged out of position. So balance is always the one for me on 4-4-2 for the defensive style. If you like to press a bit more, I think press after possession loss is still probably the best way to go. If you do really want to press in this formation. I personally just manually press, so I don't need to use it, but I'll understand if you maybe struggle with that a bit more, or maybe that's something you want to do. Now my width is on 55. Now I don't know how many of you have played a lot of FIFA this year so far, but the meta is mostly just over the top through balls and long shots, and a lot of the time I'm getting exposed by kind of the play being over on the left hand side, and someone plays over the top through ball over the whole of my defence, and their right winger is somehow in on net. So by kind of knocking the width up a bit more, it just means those fullbacks will stay a bit wider and hopefully try and mark those runs for you a bit better. That's what I've been at. I have been at 60 at times, and it still feels good. I just think 55 is where I felt most comfortable. And again, this is the reason why I've knocked the depth down. Again, I had it at 40, but I kept it up at 45 just because I'm trying not to be too much of a bit of a rat. But if you want to put it on 40, I don't blame you, because like I said, over the top through balls are really overpowered. And it also gives you an opportunity, if they have the ball out in the wings, to stop just to be further deeper and stop the crosses, because heading is so overpowered this year. Like, if you have a proper target man, it is game over if they get a header in the box. So yeah, so 45 depth. Now, the only issue you can have with this is the fact that long shots are super busted if you're shooting with anyone with decent shooting or long shots. Green time finesses are ridiculously overpowered this year, and I'm genuinely, you may concede maybe one or two more, so it just kind of depends what you're looking for. Now for me, I usually drag my players up the pitch a bit more, so it isn't usually too bad, but for anyone that isn't used to doing that, you may get caught out a little bit, so you will need to adjust. It won't be as easy as it looks. Now, build up play, I've got a long ball at the moment. That's what I'm using, just purely because of the over the top through balls. They just fly through, and it just seems like the defenders don't really know what's happening. If you chuck a long ball, usually pushes your two strikers and your left mid and right mid in behind the defence, and you usually find some sort of easy pass, and it's a good way to get in behind. So long ball's the one that I've always loved, and especially if you have really quick strikers, like, they're just absolutely lightning on this game. So long ball's a really great play for that. Now this one might surprise some people. I'm using possession, but it doesn't feel like what possession did in past years. It just feels like if you're on the ball, the players show for the ball a bit more. Oh, my bad, sorry. So yeah, it just feels like they show for the ball a bit more. It doesn't feel like your players run away from the net and just try and hold the ball and don't move. It's not static like it has been in past years, in my opinion. I genuinely find that actually the players move around quite a lot in possession, and they give you a ball on. Now obviously they won't They don't do a lot of in behind runs because of it, but between the tactics and manually triggering runs, it shouldn't be an issue for you. If it is, then I don't mind if you take it off and put it on balanced, but for me, being able to do the manual runs and putting instructions on, it works out as a pretty nice balance. Now I've got my width on 45. Now I had it at 50, but I've been experimenting with 45 purely just because if the over the top through balls aren't working, I'm trying to get used to passing and playing the ball quite quickly with the 1-2s. I feel like that's maybe the only other way you can really build up on this game, just because the defensive AI is so overpowered this year again. I don't know when EA are going to fix it, but yeah, the defensive AI is so overpowered. So I've been trying 45, but 50 is where I've usually been at, just to try and abuse the over the top through balls and get the wingers down the wing so I can cross the ball. Just because crosses are just busted. So yeah, so that's why I've got 50. But I've been experimenting with 45, but 50 is what I would use if I was to do it now. Now this is the players in the box. Like I said, I usually would have it on 4 just so the centre mid doesn't make that run, but because crosses are busted and heading is just really overpowered, I actually don't mind one of the centre mids making a run into the box, and maybe trying to win a header. It's worth the risk, for me, just because they're so easy to score. And a lot of the time, if that centre mid makes that run into the box, you can usually cut back in from either winger and score a finesse shot, because if you green them, they go in basically every single time. Corners I've got on 3. I would be tempted to have it on 4, but I don't want to be too open to the counter attack, because this game is just a counter attacking meta. But also I want bodies in the box so I can score headers. So, you know, we're weighing it up 50-50s. So yeah, that's why we've got 3. But I wouldn't blame you if you went 2 just to stop the counter attack, and I wouldn't blame you if you went 4 just to try and score more headers potentially. And then free kicks, I always say this, I always have free kicks on 1, just because I don't see the point. I'd rather just shoot. I don't see the point. So yeah, so now we're going to quickly get into the instructions. So like I said, obviously because we're playing for the over the top through balls, both strikers will be on getting behind. Now the wingers, both of these wingers will be the same. Again, both of the wingers are on getting behind, and they're also getting to the box for cross, like I said. So if the right wing is crossing in, then the left wing will get in the back post and try and score a header. Like I said, they're just very overpowered. So yeah, that's what I'm running on both of my wingers, and they're both exactly the same. Now for my centre mids, again, both are exactly the same. Stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box for cross. Just because you're committing 4 bodies forward, and I don't want to be too open to the counter attack, is the reason why I have them both on stay on the edge of the box for cross. I just don't want them over committing too much, and I have them on stay cover the centre as well. Just because I've got a lot of width in this team already, and you don't really need to mess around with anything else. Both of the centre backs stay on the same, and both full backs are on stay back while attacking. Obviously, you need to be careful with the space in behind so you don't concede goals. But also, there is a new tactic for the full backs defensive position that I've been using. Step up. Now that's mainly just to pinch the ball because I want to press. But if you were looking to just purely mark over the top through balls, then stick to position is the better choice. I just like step up because I like to try and pinch the ball out of the winger's foot, and I like to be aggressive and try and tackle. But yeah, that's me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first video of FIFA 22, and hopefully it helps. Let me know if you do use these tactics in the comments below. Like I said, I just appreciate everyone coming back. Obviously I've taken a bit of a break away, but I'm going to be back working harder than ever this year. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.